Let's start. So, boys, today we will be covering um, personal recounts, right? Personal recounts. So, we're going to talk a little bit about that. You should be quite familiar with recount essay writing, simply because you have done it in primary school. Yeah. So, uh, rather than a narrative, which is filled with details of the characters and actions and stuff like that, a recount is very reportive. It's a very reportive kind of format where you write the events as if you were reporting on it. Yeah. But in this case, okay, it's not just like you writing a story. It's you writing a story about yourself. So you are recounting an experience that happened to you before. That's why it's called a personal recount. Um, Welcome to the class, Hao Tian. You're here for the first time. So, yep. And here are some stragglers coming in as well. Here comes Chloe, and I have no idea where Jimin, Bernie, and Birkin are. Okay, Birkin is here. Hold on, I'll just take a few more attendances very quickly. So we are left with Jimin and Bernie, who's not here. Hi, Chloe. Hi, Birkin. Okay, so like what I was saying, right? The personal recount is much like the recount that you wrote in primary school. Okay, I'll cover it a little bit more later on. Not too difficult, actually, personally, I think. So we will begin with editing. Later on, we'll be talking about composition and then current affairs. So as usual, for current affairs, it's really up to us what we want to talk about. If you have any topics that you're interested in, you want to bring it up, you want to discuss it with your friends here in class, sure, let's do that, right? We don't always need to do the topic that the PowerPoint slide asks us to do. So first up, let's begin with editing. I noticed that none of you actually completed the editing online, zero, nada, zilch. So we will all be participating in the editing exercise here. I will ask you to give me the answer for number one, number two, number three, number four, so and so forth. And we'll do it one by one, basically. And currently in the chat group, you can only reply to me. So there's no way that your friends will know what your answer is, basically. Okay, so here's reminding everyone that in editing, you have two questions that are actually correct. So there are no grammatical errors for two of the lines, whereas for the rest of the lines, there's one grammatical error each. All right, so look out for that. So, like what I always say, read the whole passage first before attempting to answer any of the questions, and take note what the tense is in the first line, as in this line over here. Not like question number one, but as in literally the first line as well as the last line, right? They will give you the first and last line free of errors, so you can at least tell what the main tense of the whole passage is about. So let's have a look. In the night, the man was wakened by the muted patter of rain on the mattress over the door above them. So here we have was and then wakened. It's obviously the simple past tense, and later on we have words like thought as well. So we know that the main tense of this passage is actually the simple past. Okay, and then for the last line over here, but that was not what woke him. Woke is also the simple past tense of wake. All right, so we have wake, which is the present, simple present. We have woke, the simple past, and then we have woken, which is the past participle. So we know that this is simple past. Let's continue. So in the night, the man was wakened by the muted patter of rain on the mattress over the door above them. He thought it may be raining pretty harder for him to hear it. He got up with the flashlight and climbed the stairs. He raised the hatch and played the light over the yard. He found the yard already flooded, and the rain was slashed down. He closed the hatch. Water had leaked in and dripped down the stairs, but he thought the bunker itself seemed pretty watertight. He then went to see about the boy. He was damp in sweat in his bed. The man pulled back one of the blankets and fanned his face. He turned down a heater and went back to bed. Till he woke again, he thought the rain had stopped, but that was not what woke him. So, this seems like a pretty tough editing exercise. On the first read, you can tell how difficult an editing exercise is by whether any grammar errors jumped out at you very obviously or not. And I must say, this is the first time I'm reading this, I only picked out 3 errors so far. So this is, like 3 errors that were very obvious to me and literally jumped out in my face kind of error. So this is quite a tough editing exercise. Let's see whether we can find the errors or not. So first line over here, right? The man was wakened by the muted patter of rain on the mattress over the door above them. Now, you might think that it's weird that there's a door above them and that there's a mattress over the door even, okay? But if you read the passage carefully just now, you will realize that this man and the boy he was with, they were not in a typical house, they were in a bunker. So what's a bunker? It's a dug underground facility that is designed to protect you against bombs or against zombies or against God knows what else, like natural disasters. So in countries where hurricanes and tornadoes are very common, it is common for families to actually build an underground bunker just in case their house was in the direct movement, the direct path, right, of a hurricane. They would go into the bunker itself, shut the door, right, so that it's airtight, and they would wait for the hurricane to pass. And in the meantime, they would be listening to the radio for like any warnings or like the all clear signal to let them know that the hurricane was over and they could come up safely, basically. So, in this case, I'm not sure why they are in a bunker, okay? But a clue that we have over here is that they place a mattress over the door in the bunker. So normally bunkers don't do that, right? Why would you put a mattress over the door in the first place? The only answer here must be that they wanted to stop sound from escaping the bunker. Why would they want to do that? I have no idea. But I'm assuming that this might be an excerpt from the very famous movie about the aliens who have a very heightened sense of hearing, and at the smallest tinkling of a sound, the aliens would actually come over and slash your head, and then your head will flop up, and then you would die, right? So that might be, where this excerpt is actually taken from. So think about it that way. I can't really, for the life of me, remember what that movie is called. Can any of you remember that movie? What is it called? Is it like Make No Sound? Um, Alien movie can't make sound. What's it called? Yes, it's called A Quiet Place. That's right. Yeah. Yes, Wesley. A Quiet Place. So just to show you guys, it's worth watching. A Quiet Place. It's definitely an excellent movie. I'll show you guys the trailer. Highly recommend it. And I believe this excerpt is taken from A Quiet Place, maybe. It might be taken from the novel of A Quiet Place. Intense. Quiet Place 3 is coming out. Yes, I know. look forward to watching it. So there's Quiet Place 1, Quiet Place 2. All right, let me just turn on the sound so you guys can hear. Highly recommend this. It's considered horror, but it's a very alternate kind. So I was very surprised by the concept and I loved it. Yeah. So let's have a look at this. Hold on, let me just turn on the captions over here. What? I can't turn on the captions. Oh, never mind. Okay. So did you see what the man did? He put a mattress cover over the door of the bunker.
Who are we? If we can't protect them, we have to protect them.
Right, so I highly recommend this movie, and I think this is what they are talking about over here in this excerpt. Yeah. The most exciting part for me was when the lady was actually giving birth while there was an alien in the house. So she had to give birth underwater to stop any sound from escaping. So I was like, what is this craziness? Yeah, but anyway, let's continue. All right, so I hope that puts into perspective for you this odd scenario over here and why, there's actually, all these weird little things going on over here. So, number one, so muted patter of rain on the mattress over the door above them. He thought it may be raining. He thought it may be raining pretty harder for him to hear it. So normally the mattress covering the door would filter the sound. So, but he could still hear, all right, the sound, all right? So what is the answer for question 1? What's the answer for question 1? I'll give you a tiny little clue. And I only just spotted the mistake. So the clue is that there's a mistake for question 1, and the mistake is from a it's not like a normal verb. The mistake is from a modal verb. Okay, Birkin has come up with the answer. Okay, Wesley has the answer as well. Thought is not the mistake, by the way. Chloe has the answer also. Jimin has given me an answer as well. Angus has given me an answer as well. Okay, so far Angus is the closest to the correct answer. No one else has gotten the correct answer. All right. Angus is wrong as well, but Angus has the closest one.